Hey everyone, welcome to the panel. Hey Dr. Ucha, the Queen's
Hi.
panel, and we're talking about Ready to Love today. Oh,
Hi, Brian Lee. Honestly, I don't know why people are complaining. Oh God, it's actually hard for me to speak with my mouth because I had like some procedures done today. But why Gigi is coming back in, I think her network practically threw her away. We're talking about Ready to Love. So I can't use my camera today because all my face is like very swollen post the procedures. But by next week, I should be back with less inflammation and everything. But yeah, let's get into the episode. Hi, Damita. Now,
after
how did you feel about the episode? Like, I actually liked it. To be honest, I liked it. I didn't see a problem. People felt like it was messy. I think they made it messy on like on purpose because they need people to be like, oh, maybe I'll tune in for the next episode. Maybe this will actually be interesting because I no longer watch this show for love. I no longer watch this show for people that are coming here to be like, oh my God, I'm coming here to find love. I've actually given up and I gave up several seasons back. Now I watch it for entertainment. If someone finds love, good for them. If they do not find love, good for them. Because I'm like, the show has already transcended past that because the network is no longer looking for people that want to find love. And that's just my opinion. What do you think about it?
I personally I watched it somewhat
Your
when it
fan is still
first
your
started.
fan is still making noise.
Okay,
Yeah, your fan was still making some sort of background noise.
is that better?
Yes, it's better now.
Okay, so I watched it like the beginning when it first started. And I was like, oh, this is really, really good. But then I kind of like fell off with watching reality TV or even, these looking for love. Like I kind of like stopped watching these really like love shows with the whole Rock of Love and when New York was looking for love and the whole Flava Flav and like when all of that, like that's when I was kind of like into it. But then when I saw all the ratchetry with that, I was like, no. So then when they came out for Ready to Love, I was like, okay, this might be something interesting. So I watched like like a little bit of the first season, but then I kind of fell off of it. So I've been getting kind of like glimpses of it. So this season, I'm here for it because it seems like some of them really are genuinely looking for love. Like they're looking to be, you know, in marriages. They're looking to have, that happily ever after, that forever person. But you could tell that there was some that was just there to have their 15 minutes of fame or, to be on TV. Like you could just tell that. And that's what I'm not here for. Like I don't want all the if you're here just to play games and all that, like there's other shows for that. But when you're here, especially if it's black love, like I am all the way here for black love. I'm here for it, yes, all the way around. But don't come on TV like showing the ratchetry. I'm not here for it at all. Like, so like when they showed like the previews of what's to come and the cattiness and the I'm girl what you know what I'm saying, like all of that, I was like, oh no, I don't want to see that. But the first episode, I can get with it. I like it so far. I like it.
So what do you think about Brandon? I'm not going to share my opinions because my opinion is actually different from what people have been saying. And I do not want people to be like I think people are bashing him way too seriously, and I do understand where it seems like a red flag. But what's your opinion on Brandon?
Oh man, see, it's a little different for Brandon. Like I feel like in some ways I'm like, yeah, it might seem like it's too soon, because 6 months you just got divorced. But the thing is you got married to the same woman twice. So it's like you already know what you want and what you don't want. Like, you know that you're not going to go back to that situation because you tried it. So to me, it's like at least he has experienced that enough to know what he wants in life and to know that that's not where he wants to be. But to me, I just feel like maybe, I don't know, maybe he just needs to give himself a little bit more time. Like, I don't know, Brandon. I was rooting for you. I'm rooting. I was rooting for you, but I was just like, oh, 6 months post divorce, buddy. Too soon. Too soon. So I was.
But the thing is that, like, where I don't agree. Oh my god, like this procedure is really making it very hard for me to speak. I need to like take big breaths before I speak, because once I speak, I'm in pain. So
Oh.
the thing is, if we're looking at it this way, divorces don't just happen overnight.
Hmm.
There are sometimes before you guys make that step, before you take the official divorce, it can take up to like a year. And
Hmm.
I think that's what people need to understand. Like, oh my god, my mouth is really aching me. But I'm like, he didn't just like divorce her one day. The
Right.
length between coming to the show and the divorce is what is 6 months. But we know how legal things happen. I know that how legal things happen. So I was not really judging him, but I was judging him from the aspect that he said this truth way too early. This is the first time you're trying to make, this is the first impressions kind of thing. And this is where people win or lose people. That's just me. So when you meet someone the first time, you're supposed to make a good impression. And that's not what he did. That's where he shot himself in the foot, because you are supposed to lay your best cards and you're supposed to lay it while being honest. He could have been honest and said, oh, I was divorced. Oh, I had this like issues. Oh, I tried again to get to my wife because I felt like, oh, we could work. And I just recently got divorced. And that's what I could have said. The whole I married her a second time and everything, you'd be like, oh, so was like it's just 6 months. What's holding you back from marrying her a third time? So it's like
Right.
it's sketchy.
But see, and that's the thing, because he said what, like the first time they was married, did he say 10 years, and then the second time was like 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and that they've been like divorced 6 months. So that's why I'm like, okay, and y'all have 4 kids together. So it's like there's something there, right? What what is it? Like I know he said that it was, they tried to make it work the second time for the kids and, trying to be the family man, which is completely understandable and it's very noble. Like as a parent, we do try to make things work for our kids. And a lot of times we try to make the wrong things work for our children. And, we stay in situations that not necessarily are good for us because we want the best for our children. But in this case, it's like, was there something else? Do you feel like, you know, maybe next year you guys realize that, hey, you guys can reconcile, get back together? What could it be? Like, I don't know. I just feel like maybe their
Yeah,
relationship.
Yeah, Q, I think we can hear
To be
ourselves
celebrated.
from your device. Do you have another device on?
Hello, can you hear me?
We can, but I can hear myself from your device. Do you have like another device with you? Because I can hear it like, oh,
Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if I can hook up to another device. Give me 1 second, please.
no, you can speak from this device while doing what you're doing.
Oh, okay,
Like,
okay. How we
yeah,
doing?
I'm actually, I'm not doing well. I can barely speak properly.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Praying for a speedy recovery. But
Thank you.
what was the question? I guess I kind of missed that part.
Like, do you think like Brandon should have like said anything about his divorce, or how do you feel about his situation coming on the show?
Um, I mean, Ready to Love is known to throw curveballs at the beginning, and they kind of weed each other out. So I really feel like Brandon, you know what I'm saying, pretty decent looking guy. Seems like he got his stuff together. But I really agree with how he handled the situation. He kind of led with that first, you know what I mean, just to go ahead and get that out the door because he knew himself it was a red flag. He knew it was a red flag. He knew a lot of women, even in the dating world. If he sat there and told women that he got 4 kids and he was divorced twice from the same woman, if that came out later, um, he rather go ahead and get it out the way now. So you go ahead and accept what he got to say. I really agree with what he did. Personally, you know what I mean? If it gets him kicked off the show early, then it gets him kicked off the show early. You know what I mean? That just is what it is, no matter what. But me totally, I have a child myself. So I mean I haven't been through divorce and all that there, you know what I mean? But I agree how he handled the situation. I mean, people gonna accept it or they're not gonna accept it. And he there to find love. You know what I'm saying? So why not go ahead and put all your cards on the table, knowing, hey, this could potentially, um, women can potentially find this unattractive, or they don't want that. 'Cause that's a lot to deal with. 4 kids. I mean, not saying that people aren't looking for that, or somebody will not accept it, but when you on Ready to Love and you know different women are coming with different expectations, and that's a heavy load to deal with. So I agree with him. He went ahead and led with his best card. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he went ahead and led and said, this is me. I agree with it.
I mean, open honesty is the best policy.
Mhm.
Like that is okay. Yeah, I think that is your. There's there's an echo in the back, but honesty is definitely the best policy, and it is very like I respect him to the fullest for coming out like, hey, this is me, this is what it is. And they I'm not gonna say they all did it because you could tell a couple of them was hiding some truth and at least kind of trying to make themselves seem a little bit more than maybe what they were or hiding some things so that their full truth didn't come out. But with him, it was very respectful for him to come out and speak the truth. But the fact of the matter is it in certain situations, do you purposely put yourself in a situation knowing that it's quite possible that you're going to be like, if you're in a situation where you're going to be eliminated, do you purposely put yourself in that position to be eliminated, knowing that, hey, these women pretty much probably aren't going to go for that?
See, that's the funny thing about the show is, they're gonna throw a curveball in it. That he really, what I'm saying, I really feel like they knew what he had going on. And I bet there was a whole bunch of other candidates they could have chosen. They know they could have chosen a whole bunch of other candidates. They know good and well they got a bunch of single men, bunch of single women. Everybody really don't have that much going on like he had. I really feel like he was there just to get eliminated first. My personal opinion.
It very well could have been that because listen, between him and Habibi, now listen, I'm sorry, I would
Oh,
have
don't
took
play
that
about
Did
2-time
Habibi.
divorce. Would have took that
nobody to,
2-time divorce for kids. Now listen,
they are not going to remove Habibi for no
No,
reason. Like, Habibi is their
Dang.
entertainment.
Yes, Habibi is very
Oh,
entertaining. Yes,
I
yes.
know he's entertaining, but dang, give me the two-time divorcee.
That's just where you at in your life right now. You know, if it was a couple years ago, it might be 10 years ago, 15 years ago, however long ago, you might find a BB somewhat interesting.
You're right. Habibi might have been. Look, he might have been one of them ones. Where I was like, you know what? I don't have nothing to do when it's Thursday. It's okay.
and and bring your saxophone. I ain't lying.
Listen, I play the saxophone, so that right there would have got me. That's what's so messed up. Is that would have been the ticket? Nope,
Mm.
nope. He would have got me with the I play saxophone. I play alto. Oh my god. See,
For real.
and then we would have been saxa sexing.
Hey,
No,
you
no,
know.
it can't happen.
Yeah, that's one thing you can check off your box, though. You know, I done that, been there, done that. You know.
Ain't that the thing? You know what? When you play the saxophone, a lot of stuff happens.
Hmm.
Mm-mm.
But
He
one
even
thing I like,
crosses his legs like he plays the saxophone.
yeah,
See, a lot of
yeah.
people don't know this. Watch out. If you see a man cross their legs like that,
Hmm.
they're a jazz musician. Watch him.
Oh
Watch
wow,
him.
oh wow. Let me make sure I keep my legs straight. Then I don't want to get nobody no idea. But like she said, I totally agree. Habibi's not going anywhere. He's entertaining. I feel personally, you know, what I mean, he's gonna stay for a little bit. You know, keep the show kind of interesting. And sound like he don't look like he don't find him a little girlfriend, a little boo thing on the side.
Oh, what was they calling her? Boots?
No, not Boots. The girl that got eliminated at the end of the episode.
Oh,
Tequila. Tequila.
tequila.
Yeah, Tequila. Him and her kind
You
of
know,
was trying to.
tequila gives me like no judgments.
Mhm.
See, because of this whole my medical issues, like I was just really angry watching that whole tequila stuff. Like,
Mhm.
seriously? She gives me pick me vibes. Like she just wants to hear certain things from men and then she falls and then she wonders why she's single. I'm like,
Mm. 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 Yeah. Mm.
Hold on. I'm about to tell y'all something. No joke. Whoever is next door to me right now, then put on some jazz music. And I don't know why, if they are listening to my conversation, but y'all are not about to get me with no jazz music. See,
Your next door neighbor might be Habibi. You never know.
no, I'm in Cali. They in Texas. Well, we neighbors
but
kind of. So
what is Habibi's real name?
Mhm.
I don't think you
Because
ever
I
said that. All I
definitely
seen was her baby.
Well, let's find out. Let me see.
Hold on. Yep. Google. Because it's definitely not her baby. I bet you it's like Daryl.
It better not be Daryl. Please, Lord, don't let it be Daryl.
But he just, I don't know. For some reason, he just gave me like, I mean, he's entertaining, but he's also there, not really too much looking for love.
Habibi was not casted to look for love because I've been in this whole ready to love like circle for a long time. So currently what goes on,
Hmm.
they had like a problem casting for Dallas for some weird reason. I do not know. So most times if you know someone that knows someone that knows someone, you know, those kind of things,
Hmm.
they just get those kind of people. And most times they go to like they search through Instagram pages and they're like, oh, this person lives in Dallas. Well, nice. Because you're telling me that Habibi has been living in Dubai and all of a sudden he's in Dallas to shoot and just conveniently come on. He didn't apply. He definitely got like approached to be on the show. And that's why he's not taking the whole thing seriously. And that's why every single time he's going to be amongst the least liked men, he would escape.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if y'all kept up. I'm pretty sure y'all have kept up with most of the shows and the seasons and stuff like that. But I feel like towards the older seasons, like seasons 1, 2, 3, Patonica, a lot of those other seasons, I feel like the show was based on actually people really trying to find love. I really wholeheartedly believe that. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for the last two seasons, it switched. Um, and even this season right here, from the actual trailer and from the stuff that they've been showing, I seen that they put the messy stuff forward. You know what I mean? Like that, like to the forefront of the show, maybe to attract potential interest for other people. But when it really was really about ready to find love, I really feel like the show was a lot more warming. And I feel like a lot of it was more to me, it gave hope to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Now I feel like they're going toward the messy end of it. Not saying that people aren't ready to find love. I just feel like they're going for entertainment purposes now, even more.
Mess sells, and that's
I
what.
think it became actually prominent from the DC season. DC
Hmm.
was a flop. We just need to be honest. DC was a big
You
flop.
think DC was a flop? Ooh.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like, it was a
Okay.
flop.
Okay.
I don't know what anybody wants to say. It was terrible to me. Okay, let me
Okay.
just say, to me,
Hmm.
DC was a flop.
Okay. Okay.
But it was still interesting in the aspect that we got people that were still like looking for love here and there.
Hmm. Hmm.
Then we had a second DC. I
Hmm.
don't understand why we had a second DC. And in the second DC, nobody was actually looking for love. So people are like, okay, so why are we watching this? What's going on? And people just like lost all hope on the show. What I
Hmm.
thought they were going to do was probably look for an older cast. I don't
Mm.
know why we just kept going younger, younger. Have you not noticed that all the love shows that we now have like younger people, we're having more actors than love?
Mm.
It kind of seems like, I don't know. Is I don't know. You don't. You do. It's kind of hard to find the words because it's like normally, like with these shows, you see even like afterwards, you see them connecting with each other afterwards. You might
Exactly.
even see them, you know,
Hmm.
dealing with each other, their Instagram pages, and you see
Hmm.
what happened to them now. Where are they now? And they're still together, or even some of them getting married, having kids, things like that. You're not
Hmm.
seeing this.
Nope.
Where is the real love? That's what the point of the show is, but there's none of that. So, who is really ready for love and who is not? Like, if we need to start really vetting these people.
I agree. Agree. But it's kind of hard to say that. You know what I mean? I totally agree with you saying. What I was saying is it's difficult to find cast members because who can really have that kind of time? You know what I'm saying? But if it was just like regular people who was at the house who actually had to find time to date to be on the show, I think that we would find better potential people on the show. But now it just seems like we got more actors, more people trying to get their name out and things of that nature. It was cool to see a couple people. I still follow a few people from different shows, from different seasons. I seen the kid just got engaged. I really feel like she was, she really came on the show looking for love. Um, the whoever was on her show with her, the big guy that married, I think they married or they was
Clifton and Joy.
Clifton and Joy. That was a good one. The what's the teacher who married the guy? Brown Girls Club. What's his name? Oh Lord. They found love. Everybody said that she was kind of pushing him around. She wound up leaving the show whenever he got cut. Um, I forgot whatever season that was, but it's very few and far in between. People. Oh, hold up. I mean, out of each season, no matter what, maybe one couple might somewhat still be together. Um, what's that?
Oh, Camille and Cornelius.
Camille and those right there. Man, I like that couple. I do. I can't lie. I like that couple.
I feel like they beat all odds to be
Hmm.
together and
They
all.
did.
So it's like really refreshing.
It is. It very much so is. It very much so is.
Yeah.
Like, of course, you're
What
going to
did
find like a couple, or at least one out of, like they said, there's 9 men, 9 women. So you have, the odds of at least one one of them becoming a couple and making it. But it's like it's like a hit and miss. Out of all of these seasons, you have only really like 3 couples out of 8 seasons. Like the odds really aren't that good though. Like if you really think about it, out of how many contestants you've had, how many couples actually left the show or became couples on the show, how many have really stayed a couple? Not that many.
Not that many.
So it's
yeah.
like you said, like most of them are, they just are, and I said it too, they just want their 15 minutes of fame. They're
Mm-hmm.
just on here to get their name out there, just like him, Mr. Erotica.
I
He got his
actually
own
like
plan.
him.
He
I
got his
I
own
like
plan.
him. I'm
listen,
sorry. I like him. I'm going to defend him.
listen, I would defend him too and read his books.
I
Because he
don't know
was
about reading his book.
honest.
I don't know about reading his book, but I support him.
Yeah, because he was honest, and I don't know why the women were acting like. But I'm like, he's telling us, oh, what did he even talk about his bedroom? This thing. He said, oh,
Honey, he turned
Domination.
his
what was
house
that
into a
word? Yeah,
dungeon.
I'm dominant. I'm dominant to my woman. So I'm like, so you're not dominant in real life? I was trying to understand because I felt like, or I think, or I thought, or like all doms, they're like dominant in their whole life. So I'm like, to
Mhm.
only women, weird.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's not okay, so that's not true. I'm a dom.
Because
Mhm.
to only like, you're not getting, like, listen to my statement. Oh my god, like it's hard to speak, but I hope you're hearing me clearly.
Mhm.
So he said he's dominant to the woman in like in his relationship. But from what I do know, I can be wrong. It's just like a question of accent. Why is it only to like the woman you're dominant to? Like at least you have like some sort of like domination in your entire life. So because that statement sort of like threw me off. Because I was like really vibing with him, then was like only to the woman you're in relationship to. I'm like, okay, I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's a little bit different for different people, however like you choose to be, because it's a little bit different for me per se, because now on the outside, I'm a dom. Um I have, not to put my stuff out there, but
Mhm. Mhm.
I've dressed in all black before.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
when it comes to my man, at times I love to be submissive. Like it's like a totally different thing. Like I love to be submissive at times. I
Mhm.
don't want to always, like, I want for my man to dominate me. I don't want to be dominated by my man. You know what I'm saying? But if it's someone else on the outside, or you know what I'm saying, if it's business or something like that, then yeah, I'm gonna jump into that. It's a mind frame, and I'm going to get into that. And
Exactly.
that's exactly where I'm at in that time. I'm Dom, and there's no way around it. That's who I am. That's what it is. Period. Plain blank.
But that's also a mind frame. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like everybody's not into everything. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't too many women on the show that was per se. It was one in particular that kind of was like, I want to see what that's about. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of men, what I mean, I ain't say a lot of men
Unique.
because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, that don't float my boat. You know what I'm saying? And I have no, you know what I'm saying? Hey, whoever else like it, they like it. And I'm not knocking it. I can't tell somebody what turn them on and what don't. But for the mass majority, I don't know. I don't really feel like dominatrix is cool, you know what I'm saying? But do you really feel like a lot of men want to get dominated? Or a lot of women want to get dominated like that?
Yes, a lot of men, yes.
Yeah, a lot of men definitely want to be dominated.
It,
Absolutely. You would be surprised.
Oh wow.
Like, yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of.
hmm And as
Don't
far as
knock
like
it
when I
till you
like
try
women
it.
want to be dominated, it's not as far as like whippings and all that other stuff. Like, no, just sometimes, just like as getting freaky. When I say I want you to pull my hair and choke me when you're, you know what I'm saying,
Hmm.
doing what you're doing when friend, hey, that's dominate me. That's taking
Okay.
control. Like, control that shit. Like, that's what you're supposed to do.
Now that I mean
That's
that's a little more acceptable. When you think when you said domination, I was thinking about somebody getting
now,
tied
now,
up and throwing
okay.
down the stairs or something. I
Now that's what I do. You know what I'm saying?
you know,
Now, as far no, as far
I
as me,
took it to the
no.
extreme.
I
Okay.
go to the extreme when it comes to what I do to others. Yeah, I
Okay.
will do that. And I have done that. Like, I've done some very, very extreme things that I'm like, oh my God, are you like in my heart and in my mind? I'm like, oh my God, like, really? Like,
But I mean, one
what?
thing about leading with that right there, saying I'm dominant. I'm thinking about that. You know, I feel like it kills the purity in the relationship because sometimes if you leading with stuff like that, are you really there for love? Also, or how you viewing the woman? Are
Exactly.
you really going to get to know somebody, or do you really just turn somebody on and have somebody pique your interest about you dominating them? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
what's really going on? What's really going on? You know what I'm
I
saying? It's
understand him though. I understand him. 'Cause once. Imagine you guys are now like probably 3 weeks into this relationship and you're like, okay, maybe we can have sex or whatever, whatever. You know, people have like their own timing or whatever they want to do. And then you guys get to the bedroom or prior to you guys having sex, then he starts telling you all this and you're like, what? Some people do not take this kind of news well. So I understand and I actually do appreciate the fact that he came out with it. But what I did not appreciate was the timing. You are just meeting somebody. I would rather want to ask you this question, or you can tell me this probably on the second or third date. You cannot and you should not lead because that's the first thing he always says. Oh, I'm an erotic no author and I dominate, and I'm like, why? I didn't ask you that information.
Yeah, certain
But I love
information
that
needs to
response.
be withheld a little bit. Like,
exactly.
mm, especially when it comes to the whole dom thing, unless you are planning on dominating that person in that moment, there's no reason for you
He
to
was
be
planning to
telling them that.
dominate all the women. He came there to dominate the women. That was why he was willing
Yeah,
to
Yeah,
volunteer this information. And that was why I was side eyeing him. I'm like,
yeah,
why
curveball.
are you
yeah.
leading?
He was trying to add to his catalog. He was trying to see, okay,
Mhm.
well, once we get out of here, who's going to be interested in what I've said? So even if he got eliminated, he was still going to win in the end because, okay, well,
I
even
mean,
though,
yeah.
you
His DM
know,
about to be jumping. His DM about to be
right,
jumping.
he already knew what he was doing. He had it set up and ready to go. Look, this what I
Come on,
do.
somebody.
This how I do it.
Come on, somebody.
So hey,
Across my mind, another couple that made it, and I'm glad. And I really think this couple is gonna really take it the distance. I forgot his name, but I remember her name, Susu. Susu and what's his name? Suan and they was on the last season. The guy who he
Are
was
they
trying to
still
make.
together?
Yeah, they're still together.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Suan and what is his name?
So funny enough, they were so forgettable. His name starts
not
from B.
forgettable.
Blake.
Blake. Suan and Blake. Suan and Blake. Suan and Blake. They gonna make the distance. I'm pretty sure they gonna make the distance. Just because how the
Like,
personalities are.
damn it, I'm shocked too. Like, I thought he had broken up years ago.
Mm-mm. No, that was on the
I
last
didn't keep
show.
up with anybody. I didn't keep up
Mm-hmm.
with anybody from that season. I'm sorry. I just did not. I tuned off from the Miami. I didn't even watch the reunion. Like, I was just turned off, like, totally.
Yeah, it was a sight to see. You know what I mean? It was interesting.
Right when the them DMs is jumping already.
Yeah, So it was
He
interesting.
listen. He knew what he was doing when he said what he said
Gigi,
and went
Gigi,
around.
you can
Oh
always
yeah.
send him a DM so that you can see what he's doing. Just saying.
Hmm. Yeah, he knows exactly what
So
he's
you,
doing.
so wait, you trying to listen here? Don't one dom to another dom. I don't know how well that's gonna work because
Until you taste it, you can never know.
Ooh, this is getting a little
what?
spicy, huh? What's going
Girl, wait a
on?
minute. Hold on,
Are
you
we
trying to
going
get
to
me in
ready to
trouble?
dom? Are we going ready to dom?
Funny enough, because I was feeling what he was selling. Like I was really feeling what he was selling because it was very obvious he was selling something, and I was like, okay, I'm buying it.
Girl, he was selling them erotic books. He was selling his house and
Mm-hmm.
them dungeons. He was selling his listen, whips, chains, handcuffs. Oh my.
Mm. I'm surprised Tommy let him on the show.
Tommy is buying some for whatever he needs to. Listen, mm,
He been married for a little minute. He probably been dominated too. I ain't lying.
listen,
Ain't no telling.
ain't no telling
Ain't
what.
no telling. Ain't no telling.
You know they say everything's bigger in Texas, so them cuffs and whips probably a little bit bigger.
Oh Lord.
Woo!
Don't get my mind to going. For real.
Oh Lord have mercy.
Got really a little warm here.
Right, ain't it hot? Wait a
Cut the
second.
air on.
Look, I didn't had to turn off my fan because it was making noise. So,
Right. You probably got somebody lined up. You about to beat up tomorrow.
Lord have mercy.
Let's get back to the show. Let's get back to the
These messages.
show. Oh, let's get back to the show. Cause your DMs might
Nah,
be
but
jumping a little
I
bit
think
too, huh?
You know, right? I gotta go check my DMs because they probably like. So you still dominant? Wait a second. I thought I gave that up, but it is the summertime.
Take somebody to
Gigi,
the
please.
dungeon. God, no. Mm,
You know, summertime's hitting. I guess.
mm.
What? Why? Okay, let's talk about this Taquila girl. I think I have like a negative perception of her. And I think probably this is like my face value of what she showed this episode. She came off desperate to me.
Her face says
And
it
I'm
all.
the
Look at
kind
that
of
face.
person, yeah, I'm the kind of person that if you ask me questions, I will indulge
Mhm.
you and
Yeah.
answer.
Hmm.
So you are asking people sexual questions and you're answering or you're getting angry. And I was like, why? The question was even very innocent because I feel like this is the baseline of sexual questions. So I was very confused at why she was squeezing her face and making it seem like he's some sort of harlot. I was like,
Hmm.
what's going on?
Like, girl, why are you asking sexual questions, but then asking like you were about to walk up inside the church? Like, I don't
Hmm.
understand. Like that face was like she was clutching her pearls. Like, oh my god, uh, a parking lot. Ooh, rodent. So you telling me in Texas they don't have rodents? So you telling me,
They got big ones. I ain't lying.
girl, stop playing with your life. Cause now I know that you done been bent over a back seat before.
Who you telling?
Your head's been outside of a back window.
Hmm.
You done been in a I don't know in a bale of hay something.
She
Now
came on the show. Her intention as soon as she came on the show. This is what she said. And I remember it vividly. She was like, I'm coming up here pretty much just to spice it up. Like I'm not coming here to get the guys what they want. Like she came there with her own little attitude. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like she was very close minded when she was talking to people. She really just wanted her to ask questions, and she didn't want to open up and say nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see how she was surprised. She thought she was making connections. I ain't see her making no connections. You know what I'm saying? Until her behind got booted off the show. Now she want to cry to my man in the corner. You know what I'm saying? And he did his best to console her, but that's what she get. And then she wore too much weave anyway. But we gonna move on to another subject.
You know what? I was gonna say her and Nell Fletcher must have went to the same person.
I was like, come on
Thinking,
now. Um, she got that weave
oh
back
my
when
god.
weave was weave. That don't even look like
So
a sewing or nothing. I just look, she just, I don't know what she
She
got
done went
that.
back. That's one of them Diana Ross and the Supreme
Oh.
wigs right there.
Hey, don't do Diana like that. That don't look nothing like Diana.
You right.
That
Diana
that
wore
don't, that
better.
don't look
You
that
right.
don't, that don't
You
look nothing
right.
like
You
that.
did.
I don't know. She must forgot that she was coming to the show. That what it was. Ain't no way she thought she was going to Ready to Love dressed like that. There ain't no way. Ain't no
She
way.
thought that she was gonna come on there and that man was just gonna flock to her. I
Exactly.
feel like she's
Exactly.
got that attitude like
Hmm.
maybe in the circles that she runs around in, she might be the best of the people she's in the circle with. So
Hmm.
she's used to getting attention, and she felt like that would be the same in this circumstance, and that wasn't the case. So she was just shocked, like, oh,
Hmm.
they're not giving me the attention. I'm not. They're not. Just fawning all over me, and they just don't want me like that, and I just can't. I don't understand. We
Hmm.
do.
Totally get it.
Your attitude, your face, like, girl, you walked in there as if you already knew that you was gonna be the last one standing.
Who you telling? Hmm.
You were the last one standing to be the first one exited out. That's
Now the girl who got kicked out, the girl who got kicked out,
oh god.
I was
I'm
too happy when
sorry.
she got kicked out. Boy,
oh,
I
I
was so
was so
happy.
happy. Listen, that right there, let me,
I was
oh,
too happy.
when this man right there said something about losing his father. Listen, I was almost in tears when he was talking about it. Okay, I was
Yeah.
getting choked up. I was like, "Don't you cry, big
Mhm.
man. Don't you cry.
Keep it together. Keep it together.
Keep it
And
like
then
seriously."
she was like, oh, my parents are alive.
I ain't lying.
Hold
Yeah.
on, but then when she said I had to put my dogs down, bitch, I had to keep it. I had to hold it back in. Like, oh, she's a woman. Wait a second. Don't call her.
Yeah.
No, don't call her out her name. Wait a second, girl. Did you really just compare this man losing his father to your
To your
dog?
dog. I can't believe she said that too.
But there was no expression. She was just like when he said that he lost his father. She was like, oh, oh, and his face was just he was disgusted. I
Hmm.
was disgusted for him.
He's gonna be on the show for a minute. I can tell. And the reason why I say that is
He's too
because
nice.
he's authentic. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? And you know what I'm saying? He kind of wear his emotions on the sleeve. You know, he's a nice guy. I can tell he's a nice guy. I think he's ready to find love. You know what I'm saying? I do believe
Hmm.
he's ready to find love. Now
I
we
love
done
that
passed.
he gave her that parting gift, whatever it was, little cracker, little whatever. He came
Hmm.
back and brought it to her, like, here you go, and then walked off, like, here, take this. Bye. I'm not coming back to talk to you.
Yeah.
But what if she was feeling all like um some people are very awkward in public. I'm the
Hmm.
kind of person that I get used to crowds easily. But one
Hmm.
thing is that if I'm forced in a situation, because I've talked to most of this cast, and from what they've said is that they shoot from morning to night, midnight. At that point in time, I would have lost all empathy in my body.
Hmm.
And if someone is telling me anything, I would actually no longer be listening because you'll be having the same conversations over and over and over
Mm.
so
Mm.
that you do not get booted off. That's why I feel like the process of the first day is very cumbersome and it makes no sense.
Hmm.
But what if she was already tired?
And she ain't ready to love.
I was about to say, no excuse.
She
No
not.
excuse.
That ain't no excuse because let
Mm-mm.
me tell you, you know how many people probably signed up for Ready to Love? So every moment that you have, you got to use it to your advantage. You can't sit there and expect people just because you pretty and you in shape, you expect people to come flock to you. You know what I'm saying? And the one thing about it is, um, about being in an atmosphere like that. Nobody has really been familiar with being in an atmosphere like that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go ahead and try your best to stand out. You know what I mean? You got to try your best to put yourself out there like that. And some people are just not willing to do that. You know what I'm saying? And when you got a whole bunch of other women that you looking at as competition, and you feel like you better than them, and you not gonna do this, you not gonna do that, and I guess you're not gonna be on the show. You know?
You can say that again because that's exactly what it is. She was very, like, that's just the thing. Is if you are going out and you know that you are going out with the intentions of being chose,
Mm-hmm.
you are going somewhere with the intentions of finding love. You have to, and honey, this was daylight, so you weren't that tired. You better take a nap. Get you some ginkgo biloba, some ginseng. Get you some green tea. Drink you some ginger, turmeric. Like there's things for that,
Yeah.
but it's all about your attitude.
Mm-hmm. It
If
is.
it's something that you really, truly, truly wanted, your
Mm-hmm.
attitude would have shown that regardless.
Yep.
And she just showed, even from the very beginning, like she just had an attitude where she just wasn't really interested. Her conversation pieces with anyone she talked to, it never went past the surface. There was no real questioning. She didn't really have like a good, she just had no conversation, period.
But she was talking about zodiac signs. I'm sorry. If I meet someone on the first day and you're asking me what's your birth date, let me know your zodiac sign. I will be so pissed. I'm sorry.
Right. Like,
I don't.
I'm a Gemini. Well, that says a lot. That's, honey, okay. If anybody was like, oh, Gemini, oh, well, we know about Geminis, your two faced mother. But, honey, you are too old to be worried about Geminis and their
Yeah,
signs. And
because she's 49. She was actually the oldest there. And the fact is that the men were actually willing to listen to her. And you know the funny thing, before like last week, I came live on Instagram and I was actually having a conversation. To me, I thought she was even going to be the like one with the mental capacity of an adult. I was very shocked for the series to premiere, and then she's talking zodiac signs. I'm like, are you for real? I'm in my 20s, but I would never have a conversation with anybody and be like, oh, what bet months are you? Let me see if our signs resonate. Come on, serious. I hate when people excuse their behaviors with zodiac signs. Like, I understand the conversation, but that should not be an excuse. I just don't like it.
listen, at 49, you need to be figuring out what is your 401k like? What
Mm-hmm.
is your retirement plan? Do you have one?
She must ain't listen to enough Kevin Samuels. That's what it
It's just something.
is.
She's not listening to anyone. She's still worried about trying to figure out astrology. Poor
But I
thing.
wonder, I wonder if she was 49 years old. You know what I mean? The oldest one, probably older than most guys as well. I wonder, did she not feel like she should be there, or what I mean, or she looking at them like, okay, y'all a little younger than me, or I really not going to entertain it, or was she even open to the guys there? You know what I'm saying? I don't even feel like she was open to the guys there.
Listen here, Pink Panther Claw should have been open to everyone.
Pink Panther Claw.
Because listen, I don't know, Cougar Claw. I don't know what you want to call it. She's a cougar. She is.
Yeah, she's
Listen,
definitely a cougar. I ain't lying. She a cougar now.
and it's not like she was like too bad looking. She's not. Especially, listen, come on now. She
It was
could have
her
made it
voice.
through.
It was her voice. Yes, I do not. I do not understand, and I just did not. I didn't vibe with her at all. I didn't. I it just didn't. I didn't get her at all. I didn't get her at all. No.
I don't know. It was just her attitude. Period. Her mind
Yeah.
frame, you could tell, was not. It wasn't right.
Mhm.
So I
I
don't
think
know.
I think she was just desperate. She was desperate to stay, and that was why she was having these cringe conversations with every single person. And I don't know, I would have been irritated even if I was the guy too. Because me watching it, I was even irritated. all these conversations, the lack of emotions, the wanting
Hmm.
to only speak and not allow the other person speak. It kills me.
But now, one thing
Why?
about it is about this show is, and they've said this multiple times, that the show is about
Am I the only one that can't hear anything?
No, I
Or is
couldn't
my
hear
mic?
anything either. Can you hear
I
me?
think
hello.
I can hear you, but
Yeah, we
Oh,
hear
okay,
you.
we can hear you now.
So,
okay.
yeah, multiple people have been saying that. Like, um, a lot of times, the show you what they want. You know what I mean? So whenever you sign your rights out to whatever, they edit and clip it and make it seem a certain way. You know what I'm saying?
But she still said it. Like one thing I do tell people is that over the years you've heard about how the show is edited, what they do. So you gave them ammunition to use against you.
Mm-hmm.
And they never put in any words into her mouth. Even
Yes.
if you say, okay, yes, they edited some things here and there, the way she was still coming off was
Mm-hmm.
desperate. That's what I can say.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like
And
this,
for
if they're editing stuff and you know that it's being edited the way that it is, give more. Give more so that the clips that they're editing are at least they're there is so much positivity that you're giving
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
there's just all they can do is edit clips of positivity coming
Yeah.
from you. Because you're like, damn, this is all we have. She's
Mm-hmm.
not giving us, she's not feeding us bullshit. She's not giving off this ratchet. She's not giving us, insensitive and, just negativity. It's all on what you give them. They can't edit what you don't give.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Like the girl with the boots, the white boots, she was just prancing around, enjoying herself.
Keisha,
Keisha,
I
okay, she
feel
really.
like I don't like her. I'm sorry.
I
Oh
was gonna
no,
say, I'm sorry. I thought she was actually gonna be on the chopping block. I honestly did.
She
I
was
did.
coming off really desperate. I'm sorry.
nah, she wasn't gonna be on the chopping block.
I honestly thought it
She's
was gonna be
young.
her
She's
and
young. Nah, she's young. She's cute. She was giving the men what they wanted, but it came off as desperate to me.
I really didn't feel like, she was desperate. You know what I'm saying? Because she had a certain kind of way she dealt with Habibi. And if she was desperate, I feel like she'd just be flaunting herself with any and everybody. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really feel like she was desperate. I just feel like that's just her personality. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'm waiting to see the girl with the blonde hair, the short blonde haircut. I'm waiting to kind of see more from her because for
She
some
gave
reason,
us nothing.
yeah, there was. I don't feel like there was like enough of a lot of them. Hold on, something else. The part, the DJ.
Mhm.
Woo!
What did y'all feel about the girl saying that he had a thought job?
Oh man, come on, she didn't have
Oh,
to do that.
and why was he so defensive too?
Like,
He was also being extremely defensive.
That was kind of messed up. She didn't have to say that.
I mean,
He didn't play it cool too, and that was why she refused to play it cool. Because when I was watching the conversation, I was like, "Girl, just drop it." Like there are stigmas that come with people's jobs, and okay, fine. But you said it once, he didn't receive it well. You shouldn't have like she just kept repeating the whole thing, and I'm like, "Oh, come on." And for him to, he could have like made her look foolish by laughing because she wanted the reaction from him, and she got it.
mhm.
Mm.
I think stick at it, stick with, Oh, I think I know you. Oh, I think I know you too. Well, let's figure out where we know each other from. Okay, if you want to act like I have a thought job, girl, you're in the entertainment business as well. Couldn't
Exactly.
the same be said for you?
I mean, and it's a blow. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like even in that situation, he should have stood up for himself. You know what I'm saying? He really should have stood up for himself and said, he should have checked that early. You know what I'm saying? Because if she do it now, telling her she gonna try and do it later on down the line, and it seemed like they really wasn't really vibing like that. I ain't really seen too many. I only seen one or two connections made anyway. You know what I'm saying? But she shouldn't have said what she said.
Right. There wasn't really too much connecting going on, I feel. But of course, this was the first episode. This was just really like the meet and greet, kind of get to know each other. But to me, there was a lot of noses raised and side eyes made instead of trying to get to know each other, it seemed in this instance.
Man, that's what Will Packer doing, man. They changing the show. They got to be changing the show. It got to be. You know what I'm saying? Because how in the world you go from if you showing people that are ready to love, the connection that should have been shown weren't shown, but you really showing everybody red flags and they doing this showing you where this season and the show going. And I'm a fan of it at heart. I'm a fan of it till till the wheels fall off of it. But I just see where they're going at with the show. I see where they're going at with the show.
I think they're just trying
And
to
I'm
keep it
gonna,
fair
yeah,
because like Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, I'm already like having headache from speaking for so long. Like Love and Marriage Huntsville, they are trying to keep people entertained. And the only
Yes.
positive to Ready to Love is that it's a dating game show, so people would not get so pissed. Like that's the difference between it and Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because we know that this next season we're not going to get the same set of people.
Mm-hmm. You're right. Same set of people got to
Fine,
keep people
seven.
entertained.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And
It's
when is
hopefully, hopefully they just do better. I don't know. They, for some reason, it's starting to all sound so familiar. They're
Yeah.
feeding us the narrative of Black love, Black excellence. This is what it is, but that's not what we're being shown.
Uh-oh, she woke up. She woke. she woke now. Ooh, you talking now. Ooh,
I'm just saying,
you
and
talking.
that's what's that bothers me the most because they did the same
Dominatrix, she
thing. Love
talking.
and Marriage Huntsville,
Mm-hmm.
Bell Collective. You have all of these
Bell
shows that are doing the
Collective?
same. Yeah, you already know we talked about Bell Collective, so
There's no black love in Bell Collective.
there is none. Just clear, yeah.
It's foolishness. You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of it, and it's like before they. And this is something else that pisses me off is because outside of their platforms, outside of Ready to Love, and when all the hosts or the creators of these shows are on different platforms and they're talking, they speak as if they want to see inclusion. They want to see these shows do better, and they want to see us as a whole and as a people being shown in a different light. But yet you're not you're not making sure that it's being shown on your own platform. Why not? Why is this not being forced on your own platform, Carlos King? Well, we know that you don't give a damn, so we're not even going to, let's throw you in the dumpster over there, far away.
What's the guy named Will Packard? Will Packard is Will Packard the
Will
producer
Pick,
of this? See, and I
Will
pretty know.
Backer.
Yeah, he had his hands in a lot of other shows as well. But I wish that we can actually understand entertainment purposes. Cool, everybody know. But a lot of times, hope sells as well. You know what I'm saying? Just as long as it's foolishness, hope sells as well. When you got people who is black love is getting pumped, that's gonna give people hope. You know what I'm saying? That one day it'll be their chance. You know what I'm saying? And the Ready to Love was on that path. That's why they want to see a older group of people because they will be more serious about trying to find somebody. You know what I'm saying? You get an older group of people, they're in their 50s, they 60, they done been through a marriage or two, done had kids, and now they looking for the better half of their life, the second half of their life. You know what I'm saying? If it was on that 50 and older, shoot you, I think people be finding love left and right. You know what I'm saying? It won't be so sexy. It'll be very intentional. You know what I'm saying? But now, man, please. No folks just trying to get Instagram likes.
Come on now, they got shows coming out. But what is this new show? And it's not even a black show, but MILF Manor or some crazy mess. Have y'all?
On
MILF?
TLC. Oh my god, TLC is my guilty pleasure. I love
Hold
those
up.
terrible shows.
MILF pleasure?
MILF
Mills
Manor,
Manor.
Milk Manor?
MILF Manor, like
Milf.
mother, I'd love to, Manor.
Get out of here. That's on TV now?
Yes,
It got to be on HBO or something.
no,
Soap
it's
opera
on
show.
TLC.
TLC.
Stop. It's TLC. What you got to pay for TLC or something now? They just have
You
stuff
can
like
get
No,
that.
it's
TLC on
free.
TLC Go. They got
Get
TLC
out of
Go
here.
and
So
all
they just
that.
got man. They get that man. Get
Yeah,
out of
so
here.
and then what's so crazy is like even on the preview, you got all these males, these old women who are looking for love, and it's with these young men. And then when the young men realize who these milfs are, some of them's like, "Oh my God, is that my mom?" And it's like, "Wait, what? Excuse
Oh, they gotta stop this foolishness, man.
me?"
They
Right?
gotta
So
stop it.
yeah,
They
so
they really gotta stop this. I mean, that's why people been more entertained on Twitter and social media now than watching TV. I
that's
ain't
what
gonna
I've
lie,
been
like
saying. Us as content creators, when it comes to certain shows, we are the entertainment. There's a lot
agree.
of people that's not even watching certain shows anymore. They will come to, our platforms and they'll watch our commentary instead
Mm.
of watching the shows because what we say in our commentary is better than the shows. And we're actually social media. You'll see that even some of the cast on certain shows, you'll get more information from their social media than what you're getting from the shows.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I feel like everything has become so interactive. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's become very interactive, and that's a plus and a minus. You know what I'm saying? That's a plus and a minus. You know what I mean? I'm really, one show that I thought I was gonna pick up and kind of watch a little bit was a TV show called The One, and I kind of watched it a little bit. I can't really grab it. You know what I'm saying? It don't really float my boat like I thought it would. But um, it just didn't have that it factor for me. And then oh boy, it came off of from Ready to Love anyway. You know what I'm saying? You see how that where they were. Why in the world is he getting an opportunity on another TV show, a platform that's you should have got a random Joe from there. You know what I'm saying? But what they were trying to do is they seen him on Ready to Love. They thought Ready to Love fans was gonna follow the TV show called The One. You know what I'm saying? And The One just don't even seem established. Like it just all over the place. You ask me. You know what I'm saying? Ready to Love, you go through a process of dates and elimination and this and that to find somebody. This junk, I don't know what Kurt Franklin got going on, man. I can't tell you.
There's so many shows that do that, and you got to think like this isn't just beginning. This hasn't just started now. This has
Mm-mm.
been like this. Like I was saying, just like when we had Real Love, the Flavor Flav show, when Flavor looking for love with Flavor Flav and New York and all that. Remember,
Love Island is still also a good show. Love Island, but I think it's because it's like for younger people, and most times people go there
Mm-hmm.
to become like influencers and something. But it's actually
Yeah.
a good show.
Have y'all heard of that show called Temptation Island?
oh yeah,
Yeah, I
Temptation
watched
Island.
Temptation Island.
Man, I was at a cookout this past 4th of July. And it was one guy, he was married, he was talking about it. And it got the whole house. We were talking about something else. We wound up cutting the TVO show on and start watching it. And watching these grown men and grown women start crying, you know what I mean? Because of their significant other is about to be apart from them for 30 days around 10 or however long, beautiful women, and they're trying to seduce them or trying to see if their relationship was strong.
The show is crazy.
That's so crazy.
Listen, that is some crazy mess. But listen, you don't even have to do that to some people. All you need is 3 hours and you can tell.
But at least they're getting paid for it,
You're right. And Braylon, that is so true. Because are you the one is look, you got 10 men and 10 women, and you got to find each other and the perfect pair, and you get $1 million. Listen, money is the incentive of all of this. Money is it's the root. As long as
Yeah,
you are getting paid to be in love, you will be in love with a pineapple tree.
I ain't lying. Yeah, you be having pineapples.
Listen,
Back to
if
back.
you tell me you gonna give me $1 million, me and Coconut about to have a baby, okay? Let me tell you.
I'm
We
trying to
finna have
tell
a whole little host of coconuts, all right?
you.
Can't tell us
Yeah,
nothing.
I ain't
And if you
lying.
try to come for us and our family
It's gonna be a
until
problem.
this $1 million runs out,
That's what it's all about, for real. I'm
that's
trying to
what
tell
it's
you.
about.
Sex and coconuts. I'm trying to tell you that's what it's all
Exactly. Now
about.
listen, a good thing is I don't have to do nothing because I'm about to dominate these coconuts.
You can get tired. You gotta crack open all them coconuts. Girl, you get
Right.
tired.
I'm gonna get tired, right?
You sure live.
So I'm gonna have to get me on Temptation Island because I'm gonna be tempted. So
Oh, you
listen,
ain't.
that's why
Mhm.
you need all these other shows. But that's what they do. Oh, okay. So you was casted off this show. So here, come over here on this show because since you didn't
Yeah.
find love over here,
Hmm.
you might find it over here. And all it is just getting your name out, circulating you. Next thing you know, you're gonna be in a cameo on some show, on a TV show of some sort. There you go.
See,
That's all it is.
my premise of watching Ready to Love, I had a girl I was talking to, and she put me on the show. And I remember watching one show. We watched it. I wound up at work. I watched all the seasons in like 1 or 2 days. You know what I'm saying? It was just so intriguing to me because a lot of times in dating, what I mean, at least for me, I don't feel like I actually went through a process. You know what I'm saying? Of actually um, vetting them and doing these things. So it to me it was somewhat informative at one time. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's want to jump into the no, jump into the do. You know what I'm saying? So my watching for Ready to Love, it seemed wholesome at one time. To me it really seemed very also entertaining. You know what I'm saying? Then listening to what Tommy had to say along the way, it kind of put everything in perspective. You know what I'm saying? And I really wish that more shows would do that.
Think you cut out there a little bit. I don't know if it's all sound or.
I think he has cut out. But what do you think about the fact that they are removing like Brandon? I'm keeping what's his name? Habibi, my husband.
You know what? Okay.
Go ahead
Okay.
and
You know
claim.
what?
Go ahead and claim your boo, girl. Go ahead and claim
Right. Claim your Habibi, girl.
No,
Claim
no,
your
no, no, no,
Habibi.
no, no. My husband is Marvin. I changed it back.
Oh, you might be good because Habibi gonna serenade you with that saxophone, girl.
it. I ain't lying.
Have you all messed up? Have you sitting with your legs crossed like you're a pianist and you never know, girl?
Hmm.
Next thing you know, y'all gonna be having dinner at the hotel and stuff, and we ain't gonna see
Nah,
Ucha no more. It's like, where's she at?
she ain't gonna be in
She with her
Dubai.
baby.
In Dubai.
She in Dubai with her baby.
Uh, but
Is she coming back? Not for 4 years. Not for the
yeah,
next Ready to Love. Whenever
nah,
they start filming again.
dude, nah. That joke probably had you trapped up with the Taliban or something, messing with Habibi.
Oh no.
You mess with you be in Pakistan somewhere under a tree, messing with Habibi. Hmm. Yeah, I better leave Habibi where he at. I'm trying to tell you, you better leave where he at, cause he want to seem like a mystery, but he not. You know what I'm saying? Habibi want to seem like he's just this interesting
Yeah,
guy.
he's selling what he doesn't have.
Yeah, he trying to really, yeah, I wear this hat and I wear this and I wear this and like I felt really interested in the culture and this and that. I'm like, man.
The lie of you having to get out of Dubai to have fun. Oh my god, I fell out. I was like, come on, dude.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
such an obvious lie.
Hmm.
Hold on, who was it that said he is not? What did he say? He did not live in Dubai. He is really from 29th and.
Janelle,
Yeah.
All I could do was holler when she called him out. I was like, yeah, he
he
looked like
doesn't
he
seem
went
like
to a
a
swap meet one time and was like, you know what? I look like I could be from Dubai.
So this is
What
a
if he
Yeah.
low.
has insecurities? What if he has insecurity problems? Because I
I wouldn't
feel
be
like
surprised.
he would.
Yes, I can see that. I can see that. This is a loaded question. Who do y'all see on this show that's possibly can be together, and who y'all see probably can make it to the end?
The gym lady and the what's his name again?
The
Let me
buff
check.
guy.
I keep forgetting. Yeah, yeah, the buff
Mm-hmm.
guy
You tell me,
and
shorty with the red dress, and my man who was kind of.
yeah, the pretty black skin, dark skin girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you
And
said
that
the
girl.
trainer. So the trainer was the one in the red dress, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay, you
pretty
talking
one.
about the one that was the football player or used to play football?
I think that's him. Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Yeah,
they would definitely be a good match.
yeah. Lee. Also,
I
another
think
person that I feel like I don't see anybody because the women do not seem serious for the life of me.
I feel like
Janelle,
the one who lost his dad, him and the one
Maria,
that was it might be her that's back there in the blue dress. I feel like them two like could actually make a good connection.
Mm-hmm.
who
Cause
this?
her, yeah, she seemed like she actually has like some,
Yeah,
she seemed pretty genuine.
Mm-hmm.
Danielle looks like she's just here for a fun time. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Now that one girl who got the two kids, she seems so down to earth. Man, she
Okay,
seemed
maybe that's the one I'm thinking of because she's not the one with the two kids.
she got like a pink dress on.
Okay, hold on. Maybe wait a minute.
Fuck my laptop.
No, that ain't her because she's thick. I'm talking about the other thick one.
Not the one with the yellow, not the blue dress.
Her. No. Who was he holding hands with? Because he was holding her hand.
Who?
I think it was the one in the blue dress.
The okay.
It might have been
Yeah,
the
she
one
was.
in the blue dress.
Well, let me show you his face. It was actually the girl in the blue dress. She was holding hands with the guy with the white hair. Let me just show you his pictures. Picture. Where is he? Have I passed him? Yeah, this dude.
Okay, he looks like okay. Them two do look like they could make it. I could see them two being something.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
see anybody.
him
Sorry.
and the one that was in the blue dress.
They would just make it far. It seemed to me like they just felt like, oh, we have good conversations. We might as
Mm-hmm.
well fake it to the ending. That's how it came off to me.
Hmm.
So I won't be shocked if they are there at the ending of the show.
I mean, as I look at the selection, I want to do the cast balance each other out. That's what I'm kind of see. I'm trying to see do they really even balance each other out.
That's a good thing because you know what? Going through the slides that you have, like, oh,
Do they do they really balance each other out?
They
Okay.
don't. The women do not. For the first time in the history of Ready to Love, we do not have. I don't want to say we don't have quality women. We don't
Mhm.
have women who are serious. I think that's a better way to put it.
that is, you know what? I'm gonna have to agree with that. This is really a time where we're going to have to really see because
Mhm.
it's really not looking like there's a balance.
It don't.
And the personalities that have come out so far that we've seen, at least with the women, they're not coming off too good.
Mm.
Like these are some. The one that was in the red dress, she kind of seems like she has a good personality. I actually do like her with the fitness trainer guy,
Mm-hmm.
but he said even though they had a good conversation, he said he was into the girl with the white boots.
I'm
So I'm
telling you.
But
confused.
you know,
Because what
it's
I'm saying, because she was dancing like a Christmas clown. Everybody was seeing her, and that's key.
Oh my god,
you gonna leave them boots alone. She a
she
fan
And
didn't, so
that's
favorite
the
why
right
thing.
the
now.
open?
She a
She
fan
made
favorite right
sure
now.
she was in everybody's face, so everybody would obviously not forget her.
Sounds a good
And she,
strategy.
she,
You know what,
she,
Braylon?
she
That would actually be good. Do you see what Braylon says? I would agree with that.
Personal.
They could bring some of these, like, I don't know, bringing it to.
after they did the whole bisexual "Are you the one?" and unfortunately the ratings were really terrible. I think they just like gave up on the whole thing
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but they should take some of these
because
shows, like, move them
I
from
think
on though.
I
they need to
mean,
remove every show from on TV is terrible in promotions, everything. Like they just don't care.
but one thing about OWN is OWN is such a new channel. You know what I'm saying? ABC and all the other channels have been there for years, and I really wish our community would get behind OWN and let it take the distance. You know what I'm saying? But I really feel like it's about to switch back to BET since Tyler Perry grabbed it. But anyway, I
Yeah.
just think that we should stick
Oh
behind
Lord,
OWN.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Do what?
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
You're not a fan
mm-mm.
of Tyler?
I love Tyler. Listen, hold on. Don't do that.
What?
Now, listen, I do, okay?
Uh-huh.
But certain things, just for the sake of our black people and our black television, certain things don't belong on BET as well. Now, if we are going to now, okay, like BET, go ahead. Let's keep up with was it Queen of Men or whatever shows like that? Cool, but like our the reality TV shows, I don't think we should put reality TV shows over on BET like that unless we're going to come up with some new shows. If we're going to create a whole new platform and like erase all this bull stuff and start new, I'm with it. Let's let's go to the drawing board and try to see what's new and what's going to work because some of this is not working. Okay. But as far as just steady trying to switch stuff and move it over just because a black person owns it, that's not always going to keep working.
I mean, but
I just don't know.
the thing about it is, people didn't have to get behind ABC. You know what I'm saying? Only thing they're really trying to do is build a cult following. You know what I'm saying? Once you build a cult following, I feel like things can expand. You know what I'm saying? But we as African Americans, we could at least get behind that and push that narrative that we are together. You know what I'm saying?
And you know
Oh
something,
my
now
god.
that I
I
think about it, maybe BT might do better than own shit. Get it out of Carlos's hands. Takes like anything that's any even though Carlos has nothing to do with Ready to Love, like it's too close to his shows. Like it's on the same network. Just get away from it. Just
Mm.
because I feel like he is tainting own. He's he's doing a lot of messed up stuff.
yeah.
But right now, as far as black people, our television shows, period. The award shows, our television shows, reality
Oh,
TV,
well,
it's
you
all
mind me
tainted.
about the award. The award
All of it is
shows.
tainted.
It ain't really it's no real depiction of black excellence. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm,
It ain't.
no. And it's sad.
Mm.
Like growing up, early 90s, 2000s, it was we had a lot to look up to. Like the award shows was
Oh
bomb.
yeah, it was lit.
Like
It was lit.
we looked forward to it. We looked forward to, the Saturday night or the Saturday morning cartoons or even the sitcoms and
Or
different things like
TGIF
that.
on
Now we
Friday
don't
night.
have that. It's like, what do we have as a culture really to actually hold us together? We don't have the Family Matters.
Nope.
We don't have the 227s.
Hmm.
We don't have the Cosby shows. We don't have none of that no more. What do we have? A whole bunch of arguing, glass shattering, and conniving. Just
Well, I
it,
mean, those are back in the day when people actually sat down and watched TV together as families. You know what I'm saying? Now, with everybody having their own source of entertainment, everybody had their own source of entertainment. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to monitor that. You know what I mean? I know
I
good and
still
back in
watch.
the
I watch Love Island with my sisters. So if it's interesting, you can still watch like together with like your family. Love Island is engaging. I watch with my siblings, so it's like this kind
and
of shows. I would rather watch it like when I'm very bored. So that's the
right,
difference. But
yeah,
let's round up because my mouth is aching.
yeah, and we still got to do Love and Marriage, see or Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
y'all watch
anybody have
that?
any last words?
Y'all watch that?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we cover Bell Collective, Love and Marriage Detroit, Love and Marriage Huntsville, and Real Housewives of Atlanta. Even though they are on hiatus right now.
Hmm.
So yeah, we
I
cover
think
all
they,
of
they have
those.
they have an episode this Sunday.
I was a fan of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? I really
That was my
was.
show too.
When it first came on, it was dope. You know what I'm saying? They done went so many different ways. Now y'all got chaotic on there. I'm like, this Joker here so crazy. I don't know how he
Yeah,
got on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta.
it's a lot. I have not watched it this season, but Love and Marriage or Love and Hip Hop used to be my show too.
Yeah, I was what's the man name? Scrappy get back with Bambi. They got what 3, 4 kids ago.
No, no,
Bambi? How many
no.
kids you got with Bambi?
I mean, no, they have what
Have they
three?
not divorced? They are divorced.
They divorced?
Mhm, they're divorced.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, they're divorced.
He should have
And
stayed
all that
with.
mess that she was talking about, Erica and all that. No, mm-mm. Bambi, you was the same one that was up in the hot tub with Kurt and Benzino
That's
when he
that's
was cheating.
man. That's TV.
No,
That's TV. I don't believe that. That's TV.
no. What you mean that? Listen,
That's TV.
listen.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way she gonna sit there in the hot tub knowing Scrappy gonna see it. That's
No,
TV.
that was before she got with Scrappy, but she was in the hot tub with Benzino and Kirk while Kirk was still married to Rashida when he had cheated and ended up having that baby with Jasmine. She was there.
Man,
But she
they
knew Kirk
crazy.
was married to Rashida.
Man,
But you
they
talking
crazy.
about side chicks and marriage and loyalty and all this, but you didn't care then. I hate when women act like loyalty is only a one sided thing, but you don't care when it comes to another woman. Get out of here.
Mm,
Yeah.
talk your talk, OG.
Brian, I'm so sorry. Maybe like next time. Like I
You
had like
think?
procedures, so I can barely talk properly. So
Yeah,
usually,
Braylon, when we go live next time, I will definitely let you know and you hop up on here because I always love what you have to say, Braylon. You always bring, you know, good perspective. And since we have another guy, it's always good to have a male's point of view. So we love that.
Uh-huh.
Thank you, Q, for being up here and being a part of the panel. It was
Hey
great to
man,
have you.
thank you. I'm
And
glad to be here.
so are you going to be a permanent part of the panel now for
Oh,
Freddie's
sign me
Love?
up. Sign me up. Sign me up.
All
I'm here.
right.
I'm here.
So, if you don't mind, Ucha, next week, Braylon, you want to be a part? We can send you the link and you just be in the chat and make sure that you be up here. Hopefully, Ucha's feeling better. She's got to get some rest. She needs to rest up and stop talking. So,
Yes, get some rest. Go ahead and drink a little bit of Gatorade, little orange juice.
Yeah. So we'll get off here and we will see everybody actually later on for Love and Marriage Detroit, 8 p.m.
All right, ladies, y'all have a good one.
You too. Bye.